Hey everybody, this is Jamie Shaw, and this is the Jamie Shaw Marketing Show. And tonight I have some very special guests, two ladies that are very special to me. I've been on their shows a couple times and hung out with them and been on some of their mixers and stuff. And they created a group called the Mindset Warriors. And tonight I'm going to be interviewing them. Right now, Wonder Whit's not here; she's running late, I assume, because usually she's on by now. But I got Victoria with me, so we'll go ahead with Victoria, and when Wonder What pops on, I'll start hitting her with questions. So Victoria, introduce yourself a little bit and tell us a little bit about you.
Hey, guys. Thank you for having me. First of all, Jamie, thank you so very much. This is a very special interview because I usually interview people. It's not the other way around. So if I get a little nervous, I am so sorry ahead of time. So for those of you who don't know me, my name is Victoria Fuller. I am a love attraction coach, and I'm a mindset coach as well. And I just help entrepreneurs untangle their mindset so they can profit with purpose. And that's what I do. I have 8 kids. So yes, my life is busy. And I have a martial arts studio. So it's hectic, but I love it. But about myself, I guess that's it. I do just the regular on the daily. I get up and I just go for it.
Cool. So you're into mindset training, and you're into attraction marketing, and you're into would you say a lifestyle coach?
A law of attraction coach.
Law of attraction coach. Explain to us a little bit what a law of attraction coach is.
So what law of attraction is actually learning how to put the law of attraction to work. That means that your attention focus and into what is positive, and you can bring either one into your life. But I help you with this concentrating and focusing on what it is. And I've actually been on which is my last year. He used to work closely together on Oprah and Friends, and where you probably see him up on his hangout as well. So,
okay.
So mindset attraction, that's basically what it is.
Okay, cool. I have the attraction marketing course in the. There's Whitney. Hi, Whitney. How are you doing?
Hi, guys. Sorry, I had some tech issues, of course.
That's all right. That's all right.
Internet gods are angry at me.
I knew you didn't forget me. I figured you were having some issues somewhere or something.
I told him, I said, maybe she has all the kids out, so maybe that's what it is. You know, my husband took all the kids out for ice cream.
No, but I'm looking at this kitchen, and unfortunately today, it's only my 3 today. But this kitchen looks like there's 12. Really does.
Well, I'm glad you guys can't see mine.
All right. Well, Whitney is the other half of the Mindset Warriors. So Victoria told us a little bit about herself, Whitney. So tell us a little bit about you and the Mindset Warriors.
Okay, yeah, so if you guys don't know me, my name is Whitney, and I come on and I hang out with Jamie sometimes, but I am the other half to Mindset Warriors, and I'm a marketing consultant, but I've always been more of a mind over matter kind of person. So Mindset Warriors just kind of came together with me and Victoria, and it's just one of those things where we really dive into people's minds and just really try to untangle those thoughts and show people how to move their mountains. The thing is, everything starts in your mind. And that's why mindset development is so important. I know if you've watched Jamie before, you've seen me on before. And usually my special skill set is communication. And the thing is, communication starts in your mind and the way that you talk to yourself. So typically the way that you talk to yourself is also the way that you talk to others. And those inner dialogues and your mindset development all go hand in hand. So Mindset Warriors was just a way to get in front of people and really say, you know what, you can do anything. You can show up, and you don't have to accept the status quo. You don't have to accept what you're supposed to do or what society deems you worthy of or what other people tell you you're worthy of. It's really what you make of it. It's really what you want to do.
All right, that's good. And, you know, and what Whitney's saying is perfectly true, because between what she's taught me about communications, what Diane Hochman's taught me about communications, I made 10 new friends this week, you know, so, and it's just reaching out, and, you know, I posted some stuff in some groups, and you know, instead of putting a link in there like I was taught to do in the one of the trainings I went through, I just didn't put a link and said, put info in the comments if you want info. I got 3 leads out of that today, so I was pretty stoked about that. So, and so what made you guys develop the Mindset Warriors?
Well, the Mindset Warriors was actually a thought that I created. It was a dream that I had. Like she says, you know, everything starts in your mind. So, and we speak of what we lack sometimes. When we are like super speaking about something or whatever, you can see what we lack inside, because that's what we speak about. So it says, you know, so the man is in the heart is what he speaks of. So back then, when I started doing or creating or thinking about creating a finale, decide on what it is that you want and go for it. And I remember it was a live that he had. So I put in the comments, I want to be a mindset coach. Gone through my law of attraction training. So I was still struggling with my mind, struggling with my thoughts, you know, my everyday battles. So I said, and if you look back to his lives, he told me exactly what to do. He said, okay, Victoria, you want to be a mindset coach, then create a group, do that. He gave me like a mini little steps to take live. And so I went and I did what he said. And I said, okay, what am I going to name my group? So I named it the Mindset Warriors. And then from there, you know, I just started adding people. And I don't remember at what time, I'm not going to lie. I don't know if Wonder wants to take over from here. The universe literally together, like just put us together. I don't know how. I don't even remember like at what point did we just say together. And then all of a sudden, like this friendship and almost like this marriage got formed with us, you know, I mean, and it's now this is what you see, you know, me and her together, me and her being the Mindset Warriors. And that's what it is today. Remember what the heck happened? I don't remember. I just remember we were laughing and giggling and this and that and whatever. And all of a sudden it was like, okay, boom, we're working together.
Yep, I proposed. I'm just playing.
I have it. She liked it and she put a ring on it. I'm just kidding.
I proposed. I got down on my knee via Zoom.
And then I saw Rosie and I was like, I'm all in. Okay, I'm done.
The kid won her over. It wasn't really me. Hold on. At the time that Victoria and I became friends, and you know, like she said, stop, baby, stop.
Hi.
Around that time, like we had just had a conversation, and I know things had gotten busy for us both. And then during that time of busyness, Mr. Jamie Shaw was running through some techie stuff with me, and he said, "Hey, you know, if you ever want to do a webcast, I'll help you set up your stuff so that way, you know, you can do one. And that way you start, you know, a weekly webcast." And I thought, that's cool. And I remember thinking, like, what would I talk about? I was just like, what would I talk about? What would I talk for like an hour for? You know, like every week, what would I talk about for an hour every week and not get tired of? So then I remembered this wonderful woman that I met. Honey, please stop. You know, I remember talking to Victoria, and we had this discussion about how important mindset was, and we had shared some of our past experiences and some of the things that we had went through and found out like the similarities between our backgrounds, and there was just a lot there to work with. And so I messaged Victoria and I said, hey, what do you think about doing a Mindset Warrior webcast? I really like that name. I like what it stands for. And, you know, I believe you have to be a mindset warrior and really guard that thought. Like she says it all the time, you know, you have to guard your thoughts, and you do, you know, 24/7. It's a consciousness to live and breathe and keep guarding that thought process. But it took off from there. I think we stayed on Zoom for like 2 hours that day. I'm positive we did. There were tears. There was tons of laughing and lots of Rosie eating snacks.
Yes.
Done. She couldn't resist my child eating snacks like a little pig. And so we just said, you know, let's do it. You know, we'll figure it out as we go. Neither one of us is very techie. You know,
oh my God, no.
It's always
hair on her. And she relies on Jamie, so there's a circle going.
It's all right. I got enough tech skills for both of you.
It's always very comical to see what is going to happen on our lives, because once the sound goes out and we're like, can you hear me? And the last one where we couldn't hear each other, but everybody else could hear us.
I was telling them all of a sudden, and I even told them, I said, all of a sudden, I mean, I'm on my phone and we're on a live. And then I started listening to my iTunes music, and I'm like, what the heck? And then I can't hear her or what she's saying. So I'm like, okay, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to something. I pull my headset out. I break my headset, and I still can't hear her. Oh my God, I don't even know what to do. So, and then it just kicked me off. And I was like, oh, great. Now I'm off the whole thing. So we always play around and we say that it's the internet gods, you know, trying to test us to see how bad do we want this. Well, guess what? We were like, I really want it. So I got on my live again. I said, take 2, finished it, and it was good to go. But we've had, it's been a trip. And I think for is because it showed me, you know, that I still lack and that I still need to change in myself. And on a you know, on a serious note, I really think that really come to your life are angels, and she's one of my angels. Jamie is one of my angels. Everybody that I come across, whether it's a good experience, a bad experience, to me, you know, this is what you need to change. This is how you need to be. You need to be more loving. You need to be more accepting, you know, whatever it is. And I'm sorry, guys, my dogs are going bananas. Stop, because I think my family just got home. So I'm going to mute myself here.
Okay, cool. I got some people that are watching, and I want to show them how to log in so they can chat and comment. So I'm going to share my screen real quick. If you guys come to my page, which is pennypinchmarketing.com, you know, and if you're an affiliate, you can use the /ID equals, and whenever you promote the, you know, my link, if you have your MLSP username in there, when somebody clicks the yes, let me in and buys, then you get credit for the sale. But to log in, if you come down here where it says log out, there will be a login button, or you can just type a comment in there and then I'll tell you to log in. You can log in with Facebook or Twitter or whatever, you know, social media that you're using, and log in, and then you can chat in the forum. You know, you just type something in there and you can ask us questions and stuff like that and be interactive with us. I love to have interaction from my chat. I'm always watching my chat, see who's there. So those of you watching, jump on in the chat and start commenting. So one thing you guys have, and I've been on it a couple of times, that I find very intriguing is your social virtual mixer. I think it's a really cool idea, and I want you guys to tell me about it a little bit.
Are you good, Victoria? I don't know if the dogs are still barking. I was gonna go, but you're good.
No, I think they're still kind of barking. So, because nobody is.
Okay. So our virtual mixer was actually Victoria's idea. And it's just a thing we do every Thursday night. In fact, after we get off of here, we'll be going straight over to the mixer. So you guys are welcome to come hang out with us. And what we do is we send out a Zoom link, say, okay, come hang out. And there's no pitch, there's no lesson, there's no nothing. It's just to come hang out. And sometimes we end up masterminding and kind of talking about, you know, what's working in our businesses, or if somebody comes to us and says, you know, hey, I have this problem, we like to hash it out and just do it. You know, we don't have, that's the thing, is both of us are very big believers in energy, and what you put out, you get back. So I'm always saying, you know, you put good stuff out, you're going to get good stuff back, whether it's from the person that you're pouring into or just one of those universal things that comes your way and your energy matches it and it sends it, you know. People who come from a mindset of lack think, how can I profit from this, or what's in it for me? It's not necessarily how can I profit from this, because that's a good business practice, but it's more, I think people with the state of lack come from, you know, what's in it for me, or how does this benefit me? They're constantly worried about how it serves them. And I think to be not only a good leader and a good person, but to really attract abundance, you have to constantly be evolving yourself to wonder how you can benefit others. I think all relationships are about what you enhance for others. You may not be able to solve everyone's problems. Nobody's able to solve everyone's problems. But you may not be there in somebody's life to solve their problem, but you may know somebody who can. Or you may be there as a friend and just a support system for someone. And being able to come on a virtual mixer like this puts you in different circles. So you get in, there's, you know, there can be anywhere from 5 of us to 20 of us. It doesn't matter. But you're getting involved with other people and you're seeing who you click with. And that's all we want out of that group. Like, connect with people, talk to people, and see what you can do for somebody else. See what you can add to somebody else, whether it's a good conversation or an actual service or product, or putting them in touch with the right people. Like, we really love that mixer. Victoria, you probably have something to say. Go for it. I'm winded.
So my dog started to bark again. Oh, hold on. Quiet. The reason why I began the mixer is because I learned it from somebody else, where they just brought people together, and because it kind of serves as a point, like she's saying, you know, it was just as a point, and just getting everybody together without the stress of, oh, I'm gonna pitch, you know, or I'm gonna. So it's kind of, for me, the way it serves to people, it's kind of to learn how to communicate again. It's becoming an art now to actually have a normal conversation, like, hey, how are you? You know, instead of, hey, my name is my product, you know, buy it, you know. It's more of a, hey, how are you? How many kids do you have? What do you do? Da, 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 da. It's more of the common conversating, you know, staying there and just looking at everybody's faces. And sometimes it's true, we don't even have anything to say, and we're like, okay, not everybody at once, you know. But I think it's, for me, a way to train ourselves back into just enjoying the community and enjoying each other in a simple conversation that we can't otherwise have in person. But we're there, we're sitting, you know, you're kind of doing whatever your thing, but you're conversating with others, and you're just expanding your network. And what I always, my hunch and my thing is you don't have to like me necessarily, or you may like some of the friends I have. Networking is about, you know, if you don't like me, you don't have to, and that's okay. My feelings will never get hurt. But you might like Jamie because he has something for you to offer. And it wouldn't be that way if I didn't put this together to even meet each other, you know? That's just what I love about that mixer, is that it just puts everybody in a pool where everybody can be everybody's friend, and you can find your next business partner, or you can find, it's like a universal deposit. For me, that's what it is. I'm just, you know, depositing into the universe. And if you guys can find the best product, the best business, the best whatever from it, then I'm well paid, you know? And then it's just, the universe is just going to respond back to that. So
yeah, I think that's a really great point of bringing up how, you know, it's a way to learn how to have a conversation again. Conversation and communication is a lost art. In this day and age where social media gurus are on every corner that can tell you what to post and how to manipulate your algorithm, which is beneficial, don't get me wrong. But what good is all of that if what you're saying is falling on deaf ears, or what you're saying isn't, you know, is it coming across the right way? Like and Jamie can tell you this too, Victoria can tell you this, I'm one of those people, I pick my words very carefully. I always think about what I am saying before I say it. It's a very rare, I'm human, but it's a very rare occasion that I say something on accident or by mistake. Typically, I'm very choosy with my words because I am constantly pushing communication. That's one of my biggest pet peeves. It's one of my biggest, it's honestly a skill set that I had the fortune and the opportunity to learn at a young age, but it's lost these days. If you can be an effective communicator, you can talk to a lot of different people. That's valuable.
Yeah, I agree with that. And Wonder Whit is not lying there, because she corrects some of the words I say, because sometimes I don't quite put it out there right. Because I've always been the IT guy. I mean, I've always been good at the technical side of everything. I've had to teach myself how to market and learn from a workshop we're in, learn from Wonder Whit, and learn from, you know, other mentors that I have. And if you can't tell, Whitney, I'm sick. So
I saw the red nose.
I've been blowing snot and hacking up for 2 days, you know. I giving Dave crap in the chat saying he gave me his flu through the internet.
Yeah, I love Dave. Poor Dave. He messaged me today. He's like, I think this is what death feels like.
Yeah. Mine's also in the sinuses. It's from the weather changing back and forth from cold to hot to cold to hot, you know. So, but, you know, like you guys said, you know, communication is a lost art, and a lot of people don't communicate. You go into a restaurant and you see a husband and a wife sitting there, and they're both sitting there on their phones, searching Facebook. They're not talking to each other. When me and my wife go out to eat, you know, we sit and talk to each other. We've made it 23 years by communicating with each other. You know, August will be our 23-year anniversary. We've been together 24 years, been married 23 years, you know, and you don't get that far in a marriage or a relationship by not communicating with each other. And communication is very important. Like you said, even when going out and meeting people online, if you're always pitching them, then they're going to run away with their tail between their legs, because you're throwing a pitch fest at them. But if you have a conversation with them, they're going to be around for a long time. The question is, your virtual mixer is open for everyone, correct?
Right. It's not a company event. It's not specific to any niche or particular MLM, affiliate, company, nothing. It's just an open invite. You don't even have to be in network marketing. You can just come hang out with us.
The thing that I like about, you know, you can say what you do. So if you're in any network company, that's the thing. That's the beauty of it. I mean, tell me where you're from. Maybe somebody out there is looking for you. And it's just, like I said, it's just a pool. So we can all just market and meet each other. Just, you know, like I said, you might find your best or your best new partner by, you know, just being there. So it's open to everybody. And the group too, it's got no MLM. I don't want to taint that whatsoever. I just like the fact that we can empower each other, and even learn strategies. I mean, this is working not because we're in different companies. My strategy is not going to be good for you, you know, or vice versa. So, yeah.
Yeah, I think having a virtual mixer open to everybody is new territory that people aren't experienced. Like, you know, Dave and Katie's, you know, are my mentors. They started the Workshop Warrior Institute, and you know, I'm one of the leaders in the Workshop Warrior Institute, and we're trending new ground in that area because people don't have a one-on-one workshop where you can ask your uplines questions, ask your sponsors questions, you know, because a lot of the people in the Workshop Warrior Institute are part of our teams, you know, so they get to see me. You know, if I'm your sponsor, you get to see me face to face and ask me questions, and you get answers right there. And a lot of people aren't doing that. I mean, I've heard that people are following suit, you know, and starting their own hangout mastermind workshops like that. So, you know, we keep getting the word out there about the work or the mindset warriors, you know, then people are going to start having these virtual mixers more and more and interacting with each other and stuff. So it's something that can grow viral really fast. So, so what brought you guys into the network marketing industry?
Who do you want first?
I don't care, whoever wants to go.
For me, network marketing was, honestly, hey, hold on, guys. Jacob, please. Jacob. No. Sorry, I've got a sick kid over here who's meandering in the kitchen. For me, network marketing, I joined my first MLM because I was at home with my kids and I was, you know, I was not doing well. I couldn't have a job. I couldn't get a job because I didn't have reliable transportation. I had 3 kids. I couldn't afford daycare. I wasn't getting any child support. There was no community resource available for somebody in my situation. I was on a conversation about this with somebody else today. So a lot of times when you're a single parent, or even as parents struggling, the situation with getting, you know, a community resource like, you know, a resource for daycare where, you know, you pay a small fee instead of an actual daycare fee. But anyway, is that you have to be working so many hours already, and you still have to pay, or it's not quite, it's a catch-22, because if you don't have a job and you already have to be working to get daycare assistance, well, you can't get the job, you know, because you don't have the daycare, and you don't get the daycare because you don't have the job. So it's always kind of like this weird catch-22 situation. Anyway, for me, I was staying at home with my parents, and like I said, couldn't find anything. I didn't have reliable transportation, and I was just looking for anything that would allow me to work from home. And I thought, you know, I have almost 10 years, at that point, it was almost 10 years of sales and marketing in corporate situations. Surely I can do anything online. Like, as long as it's not like medical transcription where you have to take a class for that, I'm sure I could do it. And I found my first MLM, which was a health and wellness company, and I had success with the products. I had just enough money to start, and then I struggled. I struggled hard for over a year. I struggled, and I didn't make nearly what I invested. And then when I was ready to throw in the towel, I got gut punched by my sponsor, and that was hard for me to take because I was always the type of person to pour into my team and be there for them and do whatever anybody needed me. And I'm still that person, but that was just like insult to injury. And I took a step back and I said, okay, well, I need to figure out how to make this work. And right when I made that resolve to say, okay, let's figure out how to make this work, my car got totaled. And it was the most heartbreaking thing because it wasn't my fault, but I knew I was not going to get enough money to get a new vehicle, and a paid off vehicle at that. So it broke my heart, and it broke the bank, and I was just absolutely stunned. I didn't know what else to do. And that's when I found My Lead System Pro. That's when I found my sponsor and one of my mentors. I had been following her for like a year off of Instagram, and she posted like a $1,200 commission or a $600 commission while she was on vacation. And I was just like, how is this woman on vacation with her kids, not even working, and she's making money online? I want to do that. Like, I would be happy if not even on vacation. I'd be happy up working from home. No, baby. So that was how I got started with MLSP, and then learning the ways of how to work my corporate marketing experience and sales experience into an online presence, because it's definitely not the same thing. It did take a lot of tweaking, and now, I have my own consulting business, and I'm the other half of Mindset Warriors with Victoria. We have our own development program, along with all these other things that we do. Victoria has her own stuff going on, but that is how I got started in network marketing.
Do you have an extra 4 hours? Just kidding.
I felt like it took 4 hours.
Then we'd run over into the mixer, so you can't go 4 hours.
I know, right? I was listening to Ray Higdon the other day, and he was talking about how many companies he had been in. And then I was thinking, wait a second, let me count. I started counting. My first MLM was when I was 19 years old. I realized that I kept saying, I'm not from the network marketing, but I am. It's just the old school kind, I'm going to be 41 years old. So it's like the old school. So I was 19 and I didn't even realize that. But to fast forward things, I did another health and wellness right after my son was born, and he's 13. And I hid my divorce myself with that income alone. I was getting about $3,000 per month. And it was really good and dandy until I moved. And when they tell you brand yourself, because what happened to me is that I moved to another, and my whole, everybody that was following me or everybody that was with me in my MLM kind of dropped off the face of the earth. And then we were still not online. There was still nothing going on like that. So I didn't have a way to reach them. So guess what? I had to go back into the workforce. When I started working for MAC Cosmetics as a makeup artist, there, I can tell you how many other jobs and things I've done in between. I became a real estate agent, then I did all kinds of other stuff. I'm a dental assistant, yoga instructor, you name it, and all those things were because my ego was so inflated and so big, and I didn't understand anything back then. Until October 26th last year, I completed my Law of Attraction course, and I got certificated back in, and sorry guys, English is not my first language, just so you know. And when I have long conversations, all of a sudden my accent is like, woo, so prominent. But anyways, so I was looking for a marketing company to help me market my coaching business. And I came across MLSP. It was like a complete, a whole new world. And it was not so much the company. Actually, I didn't really use much of the company, but it was, the way he speaks, the law of attraction that he uses, the attraction marketing skills that he has. I didn't care how, when, where, but I knew I was going to work with that company because of him. And that's pretty much back in December. I started my Facebook, had 175 friends. That was basically friends and family. No much. Then another company on top of that one, and that completely opened another dimension for me. And then I started developing a lot more, a lot faster. It was like a fusion of two, exploded, and now here it is. Here I am, and I can say I am because that stuff that I was telling you, and the reason why I created the Mindset Warriors and all that stuff is because I had no idea who I was. Even though I was a law of attraction, whatever you want to put it, I was still battling my own, mindset, my own. I didn't like lives. I didn't like anything. I mean, my ego was trying to protect me so much that I was just like, I can't do a live. What are people going to say? Oh my gosh, my family. I have family in Mexico. Now, if I only start speaking English in my page, they're going to stop talking to me. Well, guess what? It did happen. But did it hurt? No, it didn't. I'm on Michael Loshier's show. You'd hear, I have our Mindset Warriors with her. I am joining forces with a PNL guy, or that's in Spanish, but NLP, which is neuro, I always say it wrong. Anyways, we won't go into that, but I have joined forces with another guy. I've grown to a monster thanks to finding first MLSP, then that other company, and then just having a fusion, and then just exploding. And I wouldn't change it for the world. It's something that, and if you let it happen, and like Keisha Bass says, marry the process, divorce the outcome. And if you keep at it, you'll be like, woo, amazing. So that's how I came across this wonderful platform.
Really quick, if I can add really quick on where Victoria said, marry the process and divorce the outcome. We had something on this where we said, subscribe to the process and unsubscribe to the result. A lot of people think, okay, 1 + 1 equals, and they're waiting for the 2 to drop. And that's not how it works. That's actually corporate America way of thinking, where I plug in X amount of hours. At the end of the week, I get X amount of dollars. Well, it's not like that. The market responds to your value, what you're bringing to the table. And as you educate yourself, you'll get more response. So don't get disheartened, but you have to go through the process and marry that and really, really commit to it. And don't think about the result. As soon as you say 1 + 1, you go say, repeat 1 + 1, repeat 1 + 1. And you keep doing it until you get your results. And even after that, you say, okay, 2 + 2, let's go. And you keep going like that. I feel like a lot of people get disheartened because they don't get the 1 + 1 result. They don't get =2. But that's not how the law of attraction or anything really in entrepreneurial space really responds. It responds to value. So bring value.
Was it me or is it you guys?
It's all your fault.
I think it's you. You're cutting in and out.
Me?
Yeah.
Oh, sorry. It's all my fault.
But yeah, like Wonder Whit said, and like Victoria said, it's all about you. I mean, I see a lot of people come into this industry and they make 2 blog posts and 3 videos and say, I'm not rich yet. Why not? And like they both said, it doesn't work like that. You have to do the work. At the end of 2 weeks, you're not going to get a paycheck if you're not doing any work. The money's not just going to fall in your bank account. You got to actually go out, write blog posts, do videos, do social media posts. For your first 6 months, you may work your ass off 12 hours a day to see any results. I started in MLSP a year ago, a little over a year ago. I think May was a year. I was scared to death to do videos. I met Patterson live in 2015 in Nashville, and I met him live in Nashville in 2016. And he told me both times, you need to do videos. Get over your fear and start doing it. Quit being a pussy about it and do it. I shouldn't cuss, but I'm sorry. But that's what he said to me. Those were exact words he said to me, and so I did, and I got into a mastermind workshop. I started working on my mindset harder than I was. and now I do my own show. And I don't do a lot of videos, but I still do videos occasionally. There's quite a few videos on my YouTube channel, and you know, I'm not scared to do videos anymore. And why I was ever scared to do videos, I have no idea. You know, I've been in, I think, five network marketing companies since I've been online. I started in door-to-door sales, but you know, some companies I've made some money in, some of them I haven't made any money in. You know, it just depends on how much you develop. And since I've developed my mindset and worked on my mindset harder, you know, I've started having better results. And that's what intrigues me about the Mindset Warriors, because I've been working on my mindset since 2013, and things started to change in the last year and a half when I come to, or in the last year when I come to MLSP. And I don't know if the mindset training was different in MLSP, or the environment's just different, or the people I'm surrounding myself is different. I think that has a lot to do with it right there. But I've grown tremendously in the last year, and you know, you can do this too if you just take the time to invest in yourself. Any comments, girls?
Yeah, I feel like there's a quote, and God, I can't for the life of me think of who said it right now, but maybe somebody can Google it. It says that success is a formula. You have to create the right conditions for it. It does take surrounding yourself with the right community. It does take education. It does take mindset development. This isn't a simple 1 + 1. It's you know, quadratic equations. We're talking quantum physics here, especially when you add in laws of attraction. So it's definitely a formula, I feel like. Victoria, you got anything? Is she frozen? I think she might be frozen.
I think she's froze up.
Uh-oh. That's okay. She'll join back in a second.
She'll jump back in. It's the same link. So. Yeah, this is a really, you know, it's a really cool concept that you guys come up with. And I think as soon as Victoria jumps back on, we'll get her thoughts on it. And I don't think anybody in the chat has any comments.
Well, guys, if you are watching, please, if you're watching this live, I should say, please feel free to comment. If you guys got questions, especially if it's for me or Victoria or even Jamie, I know Jamie loves answering questions too. Feel free to go ahead and ask, just put them in the chat. I think Jamie showed everyone how to sign in already. So, Diane, please stop that.
Yeah, Joe says, a comment that is familiar to me. She said how much she had grown. Such a familiar situation for many of us. You know, and that's totally true, because Joe's been growing really fast here lately. He's gotten 2 signups, I think. And, you know, so he got member of the month in the Workshop Warrior Institute for the month of May. And then, you know, Shamela's kicking butt too. She's got 2 signups, and she made the leaderboard, MLSP leaderboard, you know, so she's coming out up and strong too. So,
yeah, there's a common theme I've been noticing these last few months with our warriors in the Institute. I'm in the Workshop Warriors too, so that's always, I can attest to this. A lot of our leaders in the group are on the leaderboard. They're hitting leaderboards, and that's incredible. I mean, for one group of people, and I don't remember the exact number, I think it's somewhere around 40, to have consistent leaderboard, you know, that's pretty impressive. I have to say that. I got to give it up to you guys. It's just, there's something being taught there. So if you guys are on the fence about getting into a workshop and a mastermind, I think it's time you find out for yourself. That's the only way. And honestly, like anything I've ever had a hunch on, oh man, intuition is the universe talking to you. It really is. It's one of those things where I saw this this thing. It was talking about how you know, humans are materially and scientifically composited out of the same stuff that's in stars. And I'm like, you know, if you're already made of stardust, essentially, that's what it is, stardust. Everything you need is already in you to Please stop that. He's doing it on purpose. It's driving me crazy. But everything you need is already inside of you. You know, anything that you need to connect with the universe, you're already connected. So if you just listen to your gut, listen to your intuition, let it guide you, those hunches are there for a reason. If you think you're going to be successful somewhere, I bet you anything you are. I'd bet my last $10 on that one.
Yeah. And people are growing in our workshop tremendously. 2 weeks ago, Maria taught the workshop. She ran the whole workshop all night long for 4 hours, and she did an outstanding job. Dave asked her a question, and she kind of put Dave in his place a couple times. So I'm running the workshop.
Excuse me. I love her. I love her so much. That's one thing I really, well, there's a lot of things I respect about Maria. One, that she's constantly learning, and she wants to learn. That's what makes her just incredible. And then another thing is her brash honesty. I find it incredibly endearing. And there's a couple times where I'm like, ow, like, hey, can you be like a little softer there? That hurt me a little bit. My ego wasn't ready for that. But she's so honest. She's always going to tell you what she's honestly thinking. And I love that about her. But she did an awesome job running the workshop that night. It was great.
Yeah, it was really great. And it was great to see her finally have the confidence to show herself, because she always puts herself down. And I think her running the workshop gave her the confidence that she can do anything she sets her mind to.
Yeah. I know for me, going into the workshop and knowing right away that I had to teach made me step up and say, okay, I better have something good. And knowing that I was going in with people who had been in the industry much longer than I had, or had, more success that I had, or than I had, that really pushed me too. I feel like most people would shy away from that situation because they think, oh, I'm not worthy, I'm not enough, I'm not, whatever state of life that they want to get into, oh, I don't have anything to contribute. But that's not the point. That's not even the case. The point is to learn. And the only way that you're really going to learn is by getting experience. And that's what the workshop gives you.
Exactly. And like I told her, I said, at least you got 30 minutes to prepare, because I come in late one night and Dave's like, Jamie, you need to teach us something tonight. I'm like, oh, shit, what do I teach? And something just popped into my head and I taught it, So he just kind of put me on the spot and put me in the leadership role by putting me on the spot, and I just went from there. And I think he's going to do it again too. He's going to just surprise somebody and say, hey, you're running the workshop tonight. So
it's probably going to be me. I'm just assuming it's me all the time. So at least I'm a little bit prepared, and I'll be like, okay, I got this. Hold on. I got stuff. I'm going to pull it up.
Yeah. Actually, this Saturday I'm running the workshop, so it'll be next week. If
you shouldn't have told me that. See, I'm mean. I would have let somebody else sleep in fear.
Yeah. Oh, you hounded me for a week. Oh, it's me, isn't it? I kept telling you, no, it's not.
I bet it's me.
Yeah, I knew who it was all along, but I couldn't tell. So
I was sworn to secrecy.
Yeah, I was.
I like your shirt, by the way. Gas Monkey.
Yep. I love Gas Monkey Garage. It's one of my favorite shows. So
I love Richard Rawlings. I love Richard Rawlings. I'd be happy with just him, but I'll take Gas Monkey too. He's cool. I like it. They did this Mustang a while back. I want to say it was over a year ago. They did this Mustang, and I think it might be his too. Oh my God, what's gorgeous. I like that show though. My boys like that show, and my boys know that I like Mustangs. So anytime we pass the Hot Wheel aisle, they immediately go get a Mustang, just because they know that I'll say yes, and then they're like, "Oh, by the way, we're gonna get some more."
Yep, my favorite car is the '67 Mustang GT 500. So
like between 64 and 66. That's my window.
So I'm kind of out of questions. So
Victoria just texted me. She's having internet problems. The internet gods have got her again.
Yeah, Well, she's going from a mobile hotspot all the time, isn't she?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it's hard to do, be on a hangout for an hour and stuff on a mobile hotspot because it's like being on your cell phone. It fades in and out all the time. So,
Yeah.
um,
Well, going back to Mindset Warriors and what we do, we run stuff throughout the week. We have something going on all the time, almost every day, Monday through Friday. We've got something happening. Is the webcast that we run at Eastern time. And that's a Zoom platform too. And we do welcome, an open platform. We have something to present. We have content we present, and then we take in questions and all that good stuff. So that's something that we do. And it's always a mindset topic. We cover ins and outs and whys of whatever topic that we're covering that day. Tuesday, we run Facebook Live. Wednesday, we do another live. It's more kind of like a webinar, but we do it on a live. So it's a little bit longer. It's a little bit more in depth. But again, it's on Facebook, so you can comment. You can find it easy. You can share it if you like. Share it with your teams. We definitely try to bring a lot of value to the table. Thursday is the mixer, and then Friday we do another live. So there's always something going on. Like I said, Victoria's got her own stuff going on separately, that she was doing before Mindset Warriors. And then I do too, that I was doing before Mindset Warriors. So coming together like this is really just a bonus for us. It's a lot of fun. For us, it's just a lot of fun to be able to volley off of somebody and, that kind of thing.
Yeah, and that's kind of why you guys reached out to me because, 85% of my show every week is about mindset, because if this don't work, then your business isn't going to work right, because you have to get your mind straight first. You have to be thinking, get rid of the victim mentality. You have to get rid of all your negative blocks and stuff and all the negative stuff around you to get into the positive. I mean, you have to be training your brain with positive stuff, reading positive stuff, listening to audios, and reading good books and stuff like that to get your mental shift to happen. It just don't happen by listening to one audio or listening to. I mean, there's some audios I've listened to probably 20 times over and over and over again until it sinks in. And it's not just because it's not I have to listen to it 20 times to get it to sink in. It's the repetition of listening to audio. It takes 21 days to create a new habit. Once you go through 21 days of it, you create a new habit of doing something like that, like blogging. If you do it for 21 days, you create a new habit.
Yeah, I know for me, because I go live so often, it feels weird when I don't. And the thing is, like, if you're using live video as a method or a strategy, it's a great tool, guys. If you can just get yourself to get on there and not give yourself the time limit or time frame that you have to be on, there's a lot less pressure, and typically you'll flow a lot better. But going back to, it starting in your mind, it's absolutely true. Like, I cannot believe the person I was even a year ago. Like, even though I was making improvements, it wasn't nearly on the same level I am now. And there's even, it's funny, there's even pictures I've taken of myself, selfies, where I don't like that picture and it has nothing to do with the way that I look, but I remember the way that I thought and felt in that picture, in that moment, that day, or whatever, and I don't like them. So it's funny how, your mind is tied to so much, but it's true. Like, your mind is the water to your life. If your water is bad, your life is bad.
Right. Yeah, and I think you see me grow quite a bit right in front of your eyes in the workshop. That's why we connected so well. So.
Yep. I've seen the change. I like how you come out of your shell. It's awesome. It's been an awesome change to see, for sure.
And Kitty and Pops were here a couple weeks ago, and they spent a whole week here almost. And I had to go to my job there. They got here on Wednesday, and I had Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and Monday. I had to go to my job. But we hung out in the night. Saturday night before the workshop, I cooked out on the grill, and invited them over, and we all ate and talked and mastermind a little bit. And it was really cool to sit with my sponsor and just have a conversation with them one-on-one. We didn't really mastermind or talk about marketing or anything. We just got to know each other, and it was really cool. So
yeah, I do like that. That's one of the coolest parts about sorry. Sorry, Victoria messaged me. I was trying to see. I can't tell what it is. It's an image. Anyway, the mixer. That's what I like about the mixer. It's just no pressure. No, you're not getting pitched. You're not. You're welcome to bring up your opportunity and what you're doing, what you're working on. But there's no formality to it. It's just to hang out and potentially build rapport and connect with people. Get on that level again.
Yeah. Because I'd met Katie before. I met her in Nashville in 2016 when I got to hang out with her and Pops and Pat Patterson, and me and my wife and a couple other couples went to Jack Daniel's Bar and Grill at the Upper Land Resort, and we ate there. And Pat almost got kicked out because he was harassing the waitress there. So I got to meet all them people live and in person. So, and then hanging around Pat, you get to meet all the leaders when you're hanging with Pat Patterson, because he knows no strangers at all. Pat knows everybody, so, I got to meet David Wood, and seeing him on a live stream doesn't do him justice, because he is a big dude, man.
He's tall, right? How tall is that guy?
He's like 6'5".
Oh wow, I would look like a munchkin next to him. I'm only 5 foot, so anybody over 6 foot looks like they're kidnapping me.
Yeah, then Mars Burden was standing next to him, and Mars Burden's like 6'8", and Pat Patterson was standing there talking to him, and Pat's like 5'3", 5'4", 5'5", something like that, So
yeah, I would need a megaphone just to have a conversation so they could hear me. That's a whole other atmosphere.
But when you hang around with people that know people, then people start to know you. Leaders know me and stuff. I got to meet, one of my mentors that I've had for a long time was Paul Hutchinson. I like Paul, and I follow everything he does and everything. And I got to meet him, got a picture with him, So that's what the important thing about going to events is you get to meet people. I still don't know if I'm gonna get to go to Austin or not. My wife's having a hard time getting her vacation switch. She had it set for that week, but she switched to day shift. Well, when you switch to day shift, you lose your vacation for that week. So she's still trying to get that time off. So if she gets it off, we're going. If she can't, I don't know if I'll make it or not.
Hey. Yeah, I'm definitely going for Live the Dream. I can't miss it. I've already told Allie we have to hunt down Steve Kripke. I love him. He brings me to flipping tears every single time. I have to purposely put my makeup on before the call, so that way I'm like, my mascara is too expensive. Don't cry. Hold it together, man. I have to give myself a whole pep talk. It's terrible, but he never fails. There's always at least one. He gets me. So that's my fangirl moment. Of course, he's totally platonic. He's married. He's very awesome leader, though. I really, really look forward to hunting him down and live the dream.
Oh, I really want to go because I want to meet Diane Hochman, because she's been so good to me, because I've been in her courses. When she was on the 24-hour marketing mastermind, she said, "You're in one of my classes. If you need anything, message me personally." I'm like, oh shit. I haven't had to yet, because I understand the course. Actually, I realized I was taking on too many courses at once, so I pushed the other ones aside, went back to attraction marketing, started focusing on it. So, and I actually missed a lot of it because I didn't go all the way through the course. I went through module 6, and then I stopped. So I've gone back to the beginning and started all over. And the first three videos, I'm like, man, I missed a lot of stuff in there. It's a good thing I'm going back through there. So,
it's funny. There's going back to old stuff and what your mind is accepting. There's quotes that I posted years ago, and I see them on my little on this day thing on Facebook. And when I go back to them, I'm like, that did not mean what I thought it meant. But it goes to show your mind will only accept what it's ready to. That's why, again, mindset development is just so incredibly important. If you're not working out your mind, and I think too, I'm no expert, but I will say this part. For me, when I see unhappy people in unhappy relationships, I can't help but stop thinking, like, you would be a completely different person and your spouse or your partner would love you so much more because you never got bored. Like, that's one thing I can't, like, I'm a single mom, and that's something that I'm so happy on my own that it's very hard for me to say, like, I don't know that I could deviate from being on my own, just because if I did, I'd want the other person to be in the space where they're constantly developing too, because I would get bored. Like, in a 24-hour period, I'd be like, this isn't working.
Yep, I agree,
So when I just feel like mindset development is something that we've always been meant to do. I feel like providing a means of living and making money has just gotten in the way. So I think if you can get your water right and water your mind, you can take care of the rest of your life.
I agree totally. Well, it's the top of the hour. Victoria did message me and said she couldn't get back on. Her internet was flaking out on her. So make sure you tell Victoria, or I'll tell her on the mixer, thanks for hanging out with me. It's great to have you on with me again the first of the month. I look forward to, because you're always in here and you tease my brain and wake it up.
I just got to give it a jolt. It's a little shock.
Yep. So I appreciate you and coming on to hang out with me every month. You can tell I don't feel good because I can't talk worth a crap tonight.
That's okay. I appreciate you having me on, and we'll get on the mixer here in just about less than 30 minutes. We'll send out the link right away, but it was always fun. It's always fun. I'm glad Victoria got to come on here too. I'm sorry her internet went out, but such is life. We roll with it. We compensate and definitely get each other's back. So you can find us on Facebook and tag us or add us to whatever you need to if you want to have a conversation. We are always up for a conversation, but yeah, just come find us.
Yeah, and all you got to do is get on Facebook and type in Mindset Warriors and you'll find them. So I'm going to close out the call and make sure you guys hit Monday, the 24-hour marketing mastermind with Dave Renica, Katie Stage, Pops, and myself. And Tuesday is marketing systems at work with Maria Ascani and Sonia Harris. And then Wednesday is Wisdom Wednesday with Pat Patterson. And then back here next Thursday to the Jamie Shaw Marketing Show. And I'm going to try to have Joe Whistler on next week and do an interview with Joe Whistler. So come hang out with us, and we'll talk to Joe and see how he's doing and how he got his leads and sales, and find out what he's doing in his marketing business to get those leads and sales. So we'll see you all later.
Okay.